Pre-show of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and joining me, as usual, are my co-hosts, Jamie Wojcik and Tim Morse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is your happy holiday season going so far?
I'm not wearing a hat this episode. I have a beanie.
There you go.
Everyone's like, dude, you wear a hat every single episode. I'm like, I'll switch it up and bought a beanie.
Got to change it up.
Yeah, can't look the same all the time, just most of the time.
But guys, we will be reviewing today The Flash Rebirth.
I got the same one, Sonny. We're
I
twins.
got the single issues, and I'm not digging them out.
Well, also cool to have the single issues, yeah. So we will be reviewing The Flash Rebirth. The F list comes back, and it will be that guy who is behind Tim. And then, before that, we will also have our works. We have our topic of the week. And this week it is, which superhero would you like to see turn into a supervillain? We have some comic book news. Talking about that Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. And the other news is not so good. But I'm glad that this week we get to start off with the good news about the trailer. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who could forget that we have Do You Know?
Obviously, you don't know.
I have it in the notes.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going, buddy? Refried beanie.
Wow.
Oh, God. And if you guys have not gotten a chance yet, they will be uploaded, but we will have the comic character of the week, last week's episode, and more for you guys coming out here shortly. I had just a day where I was just like, I am done with moving. So I needed that. But yes, everything will be up and all current as of this week.
Right on. What characters are on the slate? What's coming up?
We can talk about it in the pre-show. No one watches the pre-show. Kevin can vouch for this too. We got the Tick.
Spoon.
And then we have I believe Kyle Rayner coming up as well. Quote me if I'm wrong here, Kevin, or let me know. But I think that's the lineup for the next two.
Arthur was the greatest accountant in the history of superheroes. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Well, I'm glad somebody knows.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Tick, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Because I don't know where to go.
God, I wish there was someone else out in this world that loved the Tick as much as I did.
And you do have that counterpart. His name is hashtag Dan Kelly Art. Yes, go check out his artwork. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some of the colors for his work just to make him pop a little bit more. Maybe get that was a consensus. Okay, yeah. So I was right, as always. But no, it he likes him just as much as you, obviously. So
well, Dan and I will have a lot to talk about on moonlit nights with candles and stale Mountain Dew and crusty Cheetos.
And
I don't want to know what's going on.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, behind the scenes, y'all do you. This is a no judge zone until the camera goes off.
Happy holidays.
No more Gobble Fest talk.
Yeah.
The Gobble Fest is over, Tim.
Mistletoe came out early this year.
I'm going to get something to hang up like right in my hallway that is a missile and a toe together. Just hang it up.
Well, here's a fun fact. We can never see what's behind you because you always have a picture.
That's very true. There's nothing back here but an empty void of sadness and loneliness.
Which we call Super Pro.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I live, ladies and gentlemen, in comic book panels in the comic book world. You just get glimpses of it.
You are a comic book character. I swear to God.
I know.
But yeah, we do.
The F list with Super Pro. Last week we had
Profit.
Non-profit. Going to the next week. So
more like non-profit.
That's right.
Yeah, that is right.
Oh, Kevin.
He feels your pain, Tim.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Oh God. Good times.
We live together thousands of miles apart.
Yes, we do. All of us are connected and intertwined in a good way.
That's right.
All through this special media of comics that we know and love.
Yeah. And this station we got called the Codex Station. That too.
Yes, and if you guys have not got the change yet, go check out the codexstation.com for your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch. We have more coming. Meet the team. Guys, find us on all our socials. You have no reason to miss out on anything. All of our socials are linked down there below. Comment, let us know what you guys like, dislike. Tell us if you want Tim to jump into a different panel for the week.
Yeah.
You know, let us know down in those descriptions, and let us know down in the comments below what you guys like and don't like either. Give us a thumbs up. Every like, share, comment, subscribe helps us grow, and it takes you to do that. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. I see in the comments Kevin is singing.
'Tis the season. Underneath the same sky. Oh my God.
Tim is blushing for those of you who can't see it.
Yes, he is fully red. I don't know. Can you hear your own blood pressure, or is that something that needing medication now for?
I'm not up there yet with needing medication to hear my own blood pressure, but I do take an ibuprofen every day because of my back. Because
that has nothing to do with the blood pressure. Now you're just adding on ailments. So my back, my head,
yeah, my feet,
this finger.
Yeah, because I hold the pen all the time.
Yeah, he is like Sonny. I don't know if you ever noticed, but he is like the most professional, unprofessional person I've ever seen. Like he holds a pen. He holds a pen, but then when you tell him something, he never writes anything down.
Well, I remember before. Remember, we'd always have to call you, and Tim's like, "Hey, what's the password? What's the password?"
Yeah.
I'd be just like, "I already know the password. You want to know the password?"
Yeah, I've got it all written down right here now, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the fact that he upgraded his
my
folder
book
profile, because he used to use backboards from comics, and then I'd ask him, "Hey, what about this?" and he'd be like, "Hold on."
I had a system for everything, and it did fail, but I knew where it all was. And then I went to a yellow legal pad, and now I am in a composition book with Thundercats on the cover.
Where's the Codex sticker?
That's on my record player.
Right there.
Yeah, thank you, Sonny.
I got it on mine.
I use my record player every day, so that's why it's over there.
This is horrible sponsorship right there. Like,
we had to get those stickers, those epic stickers.
Yeah,
I have not bought one yet because I refuse to.
You're missing out. You were missing out.
It was not my idea for the stickers.
The best part of the merchandise that we have available, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. We got mugs.
I got something right there too.
Yeah, something beautiful that Sonny should be wearing, but he just puts it in background for what is that? What's the advertising in there? Where it's like they put like a Pepsi in there, even though like it's background
product placement.
Product placement. There you go.
Yeah.
I was asking Sonny, he's the actor.
Yeah. I hate commercials.
It's not commercials. It's a part of TV.
Yeah, I think that part in Wayne's World, and he's like, "Oh, I hate that," and he pulls out the Pepsi, and he pulls.
Yeah,
I can't do this anymore. I've got a headache.
Here's
Try
my
something
ibuprofen.
Different, little yellow, different.
All right, but you guys about ready to get this show on the road?
Good
ready
to go.
Ready to speed into the Flash
Ooh.
episode.
Ready to get lost in my Speed Force?
Oh yeah.
What kind of holiday is this?
All time.
It's gonna come fast. Oh, I'll see you guys in about a minute.
Oh!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. Joining me today, as usual, are my co-hosts, Jamie Wojcik and Tim Morse.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, slow and steady wins the race.
That's not always true. Oh, yes, it is. In this case, yeah, in this episode, I got it now. I was a little bit behind. I had a moment. It's okay. We're getting up there in age,
did
gentlemen.
it to
So
you, I guess. Took all that energy out.
oh, my energy's been depleted for a while. It's like someone just was like, "We're gonna take the Speed Force away from you."
That is right. Speaking of Speed Force, we will be reviewing The Flash Rebirth at the end of the show. And, as usual, we have our comic news of the week. We will be having the F list again. We have our Do You Know? We have our topic of the week, which will be which superhero would you like to see turn into a supervillain? We got a nice, fun episode ahead of us. And the pre-show was very fun today. We're having a bit of fun. Tim, people were even singing to Tim. That's how
Yes.
popular our very own Tim Morse is. And
Love it.
last week, I must say, Jamie, last week you got me. You were saying about we had a little discussion on GIF and GIF.
Yeah,
So I was saying GIF
the
I wanted to
entire
tell you
time.
that I looked it up and it said that the creator, said it's pronounced GIF.
Oh.
So
It is
pronounced
not.
GIF.
GIF is a peanut butter.
It's pronounced GIF. I'm like, I need to tell Jamie.
It's a
Before I
good
forget.
sound.
So it is GIF.
I've never heard a G used as a J. I'm just saying in my entire life.
Gerald?
Jeff Johns.
Yeah, but that's with an extra E. That doesn't have an I after it.
Ginormous?
Well,
And he has two F's
did-
in that.
I didn't
and an
make
O.
it, but the creator said it was Jeff. That's the creator.
I'm going to look this up now. I'm going to riot.
Sonny,
Um,
the next
we're-
thing you...
We're going to Washington, and we're just going to protest this. It's going to be great.
Too soon.
I will stay here and I will enjoy my comics and get ready for the next episode and the next episode. But you know what else I'm ready for, Jamie? And that's our comic news. And we had a big trailer come out this week.
Wait,
Would you like to tell us about that trailer?
No.
I
No,
think
I'm kidding. Yeah, we had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 drop this week. I just got to say, from what I've seen, I think this is the downfall of Marvel for me, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but it's the last movie I saw was Black Panther. That was astounding. But every movie I've seen so far has way too much shtick and one-liners for me to make it even remotely good anymore. And I mean, it does look like it's going to be, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. They've done it since the beginning. That franchise can stick with that. But even in that trailer, like, you got Drax throwing like a rock or a basketball at a kid's head, and then they're throwing stuff at Star-Lord's face. And they're like, no. The whole thing is set up to be like a comedic experience. And I'm just to the point where it's like, there's enough of that. James Gunn, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for jumping in DC too, by the way. But I feel like this needs to stop at this point, because it's getting to the point for me where it's just not enjoyable. I don't need to laugh every 10 seconds at a Marvel or superhero movie, I feel. But I'm excited to see where it goes. If it leads into the next, big bad, then maybe. But other than that, like, it just did not garner enough attention for me to be something that I'm like, I need to see this.
Okay, and I see in the comments, I see Kevin agrees with you. After he said Jif peanut butter.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, so he agrees with you. Tim, what do you think? What did you think of the trailer?
Well, to take a step back for a minute, Jamie, I agree with you in a sense that there is a little too much of the slapstick and the one-liners and things like that in current MCU continuity. I think that needs to be scaled back a lot. However, with that being said, I think that just by seeing the trailer alone, this is going to be the best Guardians movie of the three in any of their other appearances and movies and things like that.
I don't disagree with you on that aspect.
Yeah,
The movie itself. I just disagree overall as to the point of me being
kind of oversaturated,
just burned out by like.
Yeah.
I don't need Max being like, "Oh, my nipples!" every.
Well, like with this, I went and saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever last weekend, and I have to say that is hands down the best Marvel movie I've ever seen.
I agree.
It was 11 out of 10. How fantastic it was, and how much it touched me personally.
Yes.
With that being said, I need a break from being depressed, and I think Guardians 3 is going to be a a fresh awakening for that
Now,
to bring that back.
Real fast, because I wanted to throw this out there. The other side of that pillow for me, though, and it's not a cool side. It's more like I'm uncomfortable with it. Is the design of Groot now?
The face.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
It's not just the
baby
face.
face and the muscular body.
He looks like a transformer that just never grew.
You watched the holiday special, right?
Yes, and that bothered me the entire time.
It did me too. I could not stand it. I was like, why does he look like
I was like, did he wish to Santa that this would happen? And Kevin Bacon was like, yes, it is. And he just grew, and he's like,
bottom line though,
he looks like a bad Legoland character.
Yeah. Bottom line, though, I think that Guardians 3 is going to be the best of the franchise. I am very excited to see the High Evolutionary at work. I'm curious to learn more about Rocket's origins as far as the MCU goes. What's going to happen to the Guardians overall, because the trailer makes things look like some bad stuff's going to happen.
The only good thing I want to say, and I'll let Sonny get to his what he thinks too, is I did like the way Adam Warlock looked.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, everyone was doubting it. I'm like, it's Marvel. Give it time.
Yeah.
Like, they were doubting the actor. So
one last thing. Do you know the name of the new ship?
First one was the Milano.
The second one was the Benatar. Do you know the name of this one? No points for this.
The actual Rose.
I'll tell you. It's called the Bowie.
I was close.
Yeah. So there you go. Sonny, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. For Jamie, I do get what you're saying. I think everyone's kind of getting like, okay, we don't need to laugh every 10 seconds, but Guardians of the Galaxy, they were doing it before a lot of the other superhero movies. So I get that. I thought the part was fine, being funny, and then it looks like this one will be a lot more emotional. It's James Gunn's last one doing Guardians of the Galaxy, so it does seem like it will end the trilogy off. It's not going to kill every character, but it'll end the trilogy off. It will be like a good goodbye to this, Guardians of the Galaxy. I do think it looks good. I'm excited for it, and it comes out May 5th, so I'll be excited to see that hopefully soon when it comes out. And then, like I said, I like High Evolutionary. You guys touched on a lot of it, but then too, Groot. Yeah, I did watch the holiday special, and I thought that was really going forward with a lot of like trying to be funny every couple minutes.
You watched something brand new.
I know that's more shocking than any episode we've ever done up to this point.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk about the hot news.
Yeah, and also I actually watched Werewolf by Night in October when that came out too.
You didn't even tell us you watched that. You lied.
Somehow I didn't get to. Yeah, I'm like, did I ever tell you guys?
Sunny.
I still haven't watched it. That's on track for tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm ahead of you in one thing, and Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, and I'm ahead of you in 7,000 others.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Yeah.
Have you watched Titans?
No, and let's not even bring up the just yet. But yeah, I think Guardians of the Galaxy looks good. Yeah, so the holiday special, it was fine. I more like the serious parts more later. Like the comedy parts I wasn't really catching on to. So I hope that they don't, like you say, try to make you laugh every 10 seconds. Some comedy's fine. We need some drama, obviously action. Yeah, I love storytelling. I did like that I saw in the trailer. It looked like they had the suits on from the original Guardians of the Galaxy comics when they had like all the different colors. I'd like that. I'm like, okay, that's a good, good homage to the original comic books. And like Adam Warlock, I'm a big Adam Warlock fan, so I thought he looked good. I think they're going to do a good job of having Adam Warlock in the movie.
I think so too.
I'm really excited for this. Is one of the most movies I'm excited for next year. We will see what else happens. Guardians.
Definitely up there. We talked about it on the After Dark, but it was like, what are we more excited about? Because James Gunn took over with DC and how we could fix DC with him. But like, there's so many movies slated for next year now. It's ridiculous. Like from DC, you got Aquaman, Flash, Blue Beetle,
Woman 3,
Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Then you've got everything coming out of Marvel. It's just like we're back to the point where it's like we're spoiled again.
Yeah. It's hard for some of us to catch up, especially when there's a new movie every month and then, a new show all the time. Yeah.
But that's our job, ladies and gentlemen. Someone has to do it, and his name is Jamie.
Have fun. Hey, there are things we could be complaining. At least it's not like before. Hey, man, I can't wait for that next superhero movie in 3 years. At least we
Yeah.
say, hey, in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Every 3 weeks, insert new character here.
Yes, new character, new franchise, some movies.
But that is great news. That's something that we always look forward to. But there is something that we are at heartfelt to say. And
Yes.
Tim, I will let you take that one away, buddy.
Yeah, so we all know who Peter David is. One of the greatest writers in comic book history. Well, the man is going through some heavy health issues, and he has a GoFundMe set up. So the web address for that is gofundme.com/F/Peter-David-Fund. All you got to do in Google is type in Peter David GoFundMe, and it's the first link available. They have a goal of $80,000, and right now they are at $77,602 as of the 7th of December, with 1,800 donations. So let me go ahead and tell you what this is all about. So Graham Murphy is the one that has organized this fundraiser on behalf of Kathleen David, Peter David's wife. And he goes on to say, and it's only a couple paragraphs, and I'll read it in full. He says, "Hi, everyone. I'm fundraising for author Peter David and his family. He's had some compounded health problems, and the bills are starting to pile up. On top of kidney failure and the steep medical bills incurred from that, he just had another series of strokes and a mild heart attack. As we wish him a swift recovery and send our love and support to his wife, Kathleen, and his family, let's also pitch in and help with their medical bills and living expenses. Please give what you can to relieve some of the immense stress that this family is going through right now." And what he says, I know the Codex station says as well, "On behalf of Peter, Kathleen, and the whole family, thank you for your support." So, yeah, as of today, December 7th, he's at $77,622. And that needs to continue to rise, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that comic creators, comic creators usually don't get a lot of compensation for things that they've done in the past, royalties and whatnot. We've seen this before with other creators, so this time it's no different. Give him a hand if you can. $1 helps, $5, $10, whatever you can do. The man needs it. We need him around a little longer. I don't want to add him to the list just yet.
No.
There's plenty of time, 20 more years for that. So let's help this guy out. Let's help him get back on his feet again. Let's ease some of that financial burden that we all know medical bills and general everyday life expenses can lead to. So yeah, Peter David GoFundMe. All you got to do is type that into Google search, and it's the first link available.
Yes, and we will have that down below in our descriptions too, so you guys can check it out. Like Tim said, every dollar does help. I know I'll be throwing in at least something. I won't know how much, but I'll be throwing in something to help out as much as possible. Because God, the guys, we don't want to add him to anything. No legacy awards at the Codex Awards this year. We want to make sure that he's good and his family's good too as well. And there is much love from the Codex station. Trust us when we say that.
Yeah, and like Tim said, any little bit helps. And yeah, Peter David is one of my favorite writers. I mean, how early was it in the show when I picked for us to review Hulk 420? That was like within the first 10 episodes. So I've been a big fan for a long time. He's been, like I said, the Hulk for many years. He's been X Factor, Supergirl, Aquaman. He's written so many comic books, and I said he's truly one of the legends in the game. And he was one of the writers along with Ron Mars, who wrote Marvel vs. DC. And yeah, it's a shame to see what's happened. And it's a shame too, just in general. I don't want to go too far off, but it's a shame when people are in the hospital that one thing they have to think about is, how much are these bills going to cost? And it's ridiculous how much they charge for people. I mean, it's just, hopefully something is done soon in the near future where people can go to the hospital and they don't have to worry about, now I'm in debt for the rest of my life, because I needed some help living.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another day.
That sounds like a different podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, we do wish Peter David a speedy recovery and that everything is taken care of soon. And now I move on to some bad news where, obviously Peter David is not doing so well, but he's still alive. And we did have some passings recently, and that is of the comic creator Aileen Kaminsky Crum and Tim Kennedy. Now, Aileen, now I have some bit of stuff on her, and she was one of the founders of Women's Comics, follow up by indie publisher Last Gasp to the successful all-female comic It Ain't Me, Babe. And she was with her husband was also a comic creator, and Robert Crumb. That's where she gets the Crumb in her name. And she was good friends with Diane Newman, who she also worked with to make comic books. And Newman passed earlier this year. And speaking with when Aileen Kaminsky Crumb had an interview with Sarah Morose, she said, I have stayed out of the mainstream my entire life, partially because the work itself determines that it's not mainstream work. We started our comics off in the revolutionary underground. I was a painter with a degree in fine art, and I chose to do stuff that could be read on a toilet. Now my work is taught at Harvard, and women have written PhDs on my work, which really amazes me. So it's full circle if you hang in long enough. And I guess if your work is meaningful, eventually it's recognized by the establishment. On one hand, you can be a contrarian and say no to everything, but that's understandable too. But on the other hand, if you say yes, more people will read your work, and that's why you do it, to communicate. I had so many young women come up to me in 2018 on my book tour, and that was the most touching thing. They said, I was dealing with this too, and when I could laugh about it, everything was much lighter. It made me feel connected. And now, one thing about Aileen's work is that she touched on more. She would take her life and pretty much put them into comic books and deal with issues of being married, issues dealing with sexual harassment. And she wrote many comic books, and she did pass away at the age of 74, and it was due to pancreatic cancer. And then when it comes to Tim Kennedy was working for Archie Comics along with his brother Pat. They were twins actually. And the Archie Comics president / editor-in-chief, Mike Pellerito, responded to the news of Tim Kennedy's passing with the following statement. He said, for decades, the fabulous K brothers have dazzled fans around the world, bringing some of the funniest and most difficult stories from idea to the page. No matter the challenge of illustrating a difficult scene with a giant Ferris wheel, intricate architect, spaceships, car chases, or any other wild story idea, they handled it seemingly with ease. Over the past decade or so, I think their work has become some of the best and most versatile at Archie. And may both Aileen and Tim both rest in peace. It's something it seems like almost every episode we're constantly talking about saying rest in peace. And it just goes to show us that we never know when it will be our time or a loved one's time or just anyone's time. So, you got to try to live your life and enjoy every day, because you never know when it's going to come to an end.
Sonny, we have added too many names to this list this year, and I don't like that at all.
No.
So we don't need to add any more. It is always a severe loss to the industry as a whole when legends like these leave us for the last time. With Eileen's work, I've never read any of her work, but it sounds very similar to Harvey Pekar and the stuff that he did. So that intrigues me. I liked his stuff. So I'm going to go and take a look at hers and see if I can get anything out of that, which I'm pretty sure that I will. And with Tim Kennedy and Archie Comics and things like that, that's unfortunate. I mean, there's not much more to say about that. It's just I don't want to add any more names to this list.
It's just getting to the point where like the people that we seen growing up, the people we loved, adored, everything that they've done is just it's just sad to see them go, but they leave this legacy behind for us and others to move forward with, which is a beautiful thing at the end because it just lives on.
Yeah, like you said, their work will always live on.
Yeah, it'll never go away.
So
that does conclude our comic news of the week, and hopefully, like you guys said, We have no more news of passings, and the reason why I do like to have this, even sometimes if it isn't somebody who was so known, is that we talk about comics, we love comics here, and we believe that everyone who works on them, they deserve their time to be mentioned, and not only those who are popular.
Mm-hmm.
But who deserves a mention, even though they're not so great. That's Super Pro. So we go off to the F list. Last week we had Jonathan Taylor Prophet, and this week we have NFL Super Pro. Now, Tim, you convinced me this one as soon as I have a pick for this guy. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, how could I almost forget Super Pro? There he is with Captain America.
That's issue number 8, ladies and gentlemen. One of 2 crossovers he did in the 12-issue series.
Yes, he did. Super Pro. Yeah. So he was obviously made by the NFL. There he is, NFL Super Pro. And I'll read a little bit of the origin.
And he called himself that every time he announced he was there. I am NFL Super Pro.
Yes. So now we get to the origin. This is from the Marvel fandom. Origin. Phil Grayfield was a football player who was injured saving a small child from a terrible accident. This injury ended Grayfield's football career, but he soon embarked on a career as a sports reporter. While interviewing an eccentric superfan who happened to be a chemist, he was shown a priceless custom football uniform, which was almost invulnerable to damage. Thieves arrived during the interview, stole some of the memorabilia, and set the house on fire. An incapacitated Grayfield accidentally knocks over some chemicals, which, combined with the rare souvenir's fumes, turn him into the nearly invulnerable Super Pro.
Oh my God.
I could listen to you talk in that voice forever.
Always come back.
You're reading. I'm like this. And Tim's just laughing in the corner.
I'm glad to do it. I mean, that's those are the only good things about these F-list characters. It was when you get to learn to laugh at the cheesiness of them. Like, I'm looking at some of the issues, and one of them, Super Pro, from football hero to superhero. Super Pro goes wild. Look at that one in the middle. Super Pro knows b-ball.
Oh, he does.
He knows b-ball, guys.
Slam dunk.
Yes, in a football outfit that's almost invulnerable, he can slam dunk a basketball. Oh my gosh. Even some of the other issues. One is called Feels Like Team Spirit.
Ooh.
Yes, one feels like Team Spirit. And there's another one with a
hopefully it's a better ending.
Oh my Lord.
I actually don't know if I really want that to have a better ending. Oh, here's another one. I believe this is for issue number 10. Ready. This is called A Bunch of Guys Sitting Around in the Woods Beating on Tom-Toms. That is the name of an issue of NFL Super Pro.
I mean, you can definitely pull that. I mean, I've seen weirder names to titles and stuff, but that's definitely up there.
Yeah. Super Pro, guys. Yeah, if there's an F-lister, it is Super Pro.
Sonny, let me give you a little bit of information here. I did about 2 minutes.
This is becoming the D list now because you just made Tim offended by calling him an F-lister.
No, not at all. I did about 2 minutes worth of research on this character. And that's all that I needed to do. That's right. So the number of issues total that Super Pro had was 13, 12 for his ongoing series, and the special that came first. Let's see here. He was created and written by someone we know very well, Fabian Nicieza. I can never pronounce his name. Co-creator of Deadpool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Deadpool and Super Pro.
Exactly. What
a combo.
Let's see here. So the series had multiple writers in its 12-issue run. On 2 occasions in the 12-issue run, he had a crossover. The first issue was Spider-Man, and issue 8 was Captain America. Now, here's the great thing about Super Pro. He has not been seen since the demise of the series. Robert Kirkman reportedly wanted to use Super Pro. This is from the Wikipedia. article in an issue of Marvel Team Up, but could not due to copyright concerns. The NFL just didn't want to give it up. The closest he came was Marvel Team Up number 9, in which Stiltman, D to F list villain, says, I beat up a guy called Super Pro last week. Silliest looking guy I ever saw.
Oh, wow.
You leave Stiltman alone.
There is more. NFL Super Pro has been called one of the worst comics in recent Marvel Comics history and has since become a cult object. Now, on one of the Facebook groups I'm on, I think it's Comic Book Collecting, they're trying to put Super Pro up to the level of Darkhawk, where they're trying to inflate the price of his first appearance, which I hope they don't do.
I hope they do, just because of the fact that we have to come back to this and move him up a grade.
Oh my God. It's often cited in this claim issues. There's issues with the plot and the characters. One example is given is in the first issue, a group of thieves, like you said, Sonny, incinerate valuable NFL merchandise, but it is never explained why they burn it instead of stealing it and selling it. Fabian, the writer, has admitted he wrote the story to get free NFL tickets, and he states that he still receives flack for the comic. Let's see here. Fabian left Super Pro after 4 issues and was replaced with Buzz Dixon. Buzz Dixon was there for 3 issues, so there's more writers on that. And one of the issues of Super Pro has been recalled due to how offensive it was to the Hopi Native American tribe because of the depictions that were used in that issue.
Yeah, when I was doing research,
I was going to say, like, usually with this new segment would be a part of is how do we fix this character? And in my mind, I don't think this should make the F list. I think this shouldn't have made any list.
He's below any list.
Yeah, he is not above, nor is he there for a below on any list whatsoever. We basically have Ray Lewis in the background. I got nothing. I like this. Look, okay, so this character is one of those ones that's like, if you saw, like, most of the time when you read certain comics and you have like a lore, like Thor, for instance, there a lot of Thor, they will have little hidden gems in the back, Easter eggs, if you will. If you put Super Pro in the back of any single issue, you could put him in every single panel. No one will notice him.
Nope.
Anytime. It doesn't matter about the shoulder pads. Doesn't matter about anything else. No, yeah, that guy right there. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna care. The only way to fix him is to make him obsolete.
He shows up to the annual superhero get together.
The Super Bowl, the annual Super Bowl.
Dressed in dressed in his outfit and all that stuff, and they're all like, "Who are you?"
And he's like, and then everyone's like, that's Pro Super, isn't it? Like, just switch his name around so that way people can start using him again.
God almighty.
Did you see the last comment there we got?
Yeah. Rebrand him the New England Patriot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I did see at the end, like you were saying, Tim, with the writers, literally, like, nobody wanted to stay on this. I noticed that towards the end, every issue was like a different writer. Nobody wanted to stay on Super Pro.
What can you do with him, though? I mean, you have to incorporate the NFL into that.
Play Tom-Toms?
Yeah. You have to incorporate the NFL because that's part of his shtick. And the NFL paid good money to have a comic book character that kids can read and get excited about football. Kids didn't want to watch football. Their dads watched football. They wanted to go outside on Sunday and play and not get yelled at for walking in front of the television. Not that ever happened to me or anything, but just saying.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're reliving some post-traumatic stress from
Super Pro is concept and
should have stayed a concept.
Yeah, he is the picture of an era gone by and one hopefully we will never see again.
You tell me you don't want to hear things like this. This is from a Super Pro comic, and Super Pro says, Gentlemen, I'd recommend you worry about something else blowing up in your face, like my fist. That is from a Super Pro comic book.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but do I ever think Super Pro will get out of the F list? No.
No.
I think there's no hope.
Like, you
for
ever
Super
have
Pro.
a moment in life where someone says something so stupid that you just sit there and just stare at the wall? Like, I'm not even looking at the camera anymore. I'm looking directly behind it, just going, why do I still do this?
For moments like this.
Yeah, for
Like,
Super
Talk
Pro.
about Super Pro.
Like,
Look at that guy.
my fist.
He knows his
like
the whole comic history is terrible.
Yeah. Sale slab guy, I hope you really get a slab of Super Pro. Please get a Super Pro
9.8,
slab.
buddy.
Yes, 9.8.
You know what? For Christmas this year, because I usually give out Christmas gifts to the whole team, I will find Super Pro #1 and get it for sale. And I will send it to him, and he has to have it on his wall for an entire year.
That's amazing.
Yes, until next Christmas. So I'll be ready for that.
Wow.
And we'll be watching, so we'll be expecting to see it in the background.
Yeah, everyone here
Yes.
watches Sales. What do you call it? Comic Corner. Guys, go check it out if you haven't. He had really good information on everything that has to do with CGC and slabs. But he does
He knows
have a
how
whole.
to use knives really well too.
Yeah, Tim, make sure you know how to use your knife. Cut away.
I know how to use them.
Don't take it out. Just don't hurt yourself. Ow! No.
Imagine
No,
if you just
but-
cut your hand and you're bleeding on the.
Yeah,
podcast.
he
You
does it
gotta
for the fact. He's like,
finish it.
oh. I
Give me a
gotta go.
second, guys. I gotta
You gotta finish it. You gotta finish the show.
Yeah, he's just like, and yeah, so Rebirth was great. Oh.
If only a Super Pro could help him out.
Jesus.
Speaking
He
of
knows
things
B-ball.
that-
He doesn't know tourniquets.
I was gonna say, there's things that don't work, but do you know what does work? Us and our shows. Let's go
Our
into
works.
their works. I think that's a
Yeah.
good time to switcheroo
Yes.
there.
Yes, we leave Super Pro and the F list behind until next
And
week.
the Tom-Toms.
And the tom-toms and the fists, and we move on to our works. And first I want to tell you guys, I'm pretty sure you saw it, but yours truly was
Got another
interviewed for
PDF.
well, not a PDF, but well, a link to an online magazine. And Canvas Magazine did an interview with me, Sonny Kruger. Find out a bit about myself, in case you didn't know things about me. Talk about my work and how I got into writing, into filmmaking, things that inspire me. And yeah, I suggest checking it out. An interview about me. I don't want to tell you too much, but
Yeah, you know what?
check it
I did check it out, and it was good, but there was one thing missing.
not enough podcast talk.
No Kodak station.
I do a podcast, but I'd say that's a goal for me for next year because they were focusing on more filmmaking, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
we
Now
film
I've done
every
filmmaking
week.
stuff, but I said next year a goal of mine is to do more things, to get more things more focused on the podcast / the station.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, a lot of these magazines I hear about are towards filming. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I need to get into the more podcast.
Jamie
world
does
more.
so much editing and everything else that this is enough to be called filming.
Yes, yeah, film. Yeah, I think it's very time consuming. Even when you think that there's like a quick video for Code X, it's not as
Yeah,
quick as it
our
seems.
shorts don't take 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Like the
A lot
30-second
longer
ones
videos.
take 10 minutes a piece. So I'm there doing 15, 20 of them at a time.
A lot of work goes into editing. It's not just this
Cut
and this
and
and
paste.
you're done. No.
But no,
lot of
back
work goes
to you,
into it.
Sonny. Yes, that is an amazing feat. I am happy for you, brother, in all senses and regards. No diminishing it whatsoever. You get thrown to Kodak Station next time. But
Well, trust me, I'm always learning. You know that I'm learning. I was able to throw in that my next book. Actually, I kind of accidentally mentioned the next book I was going to be releasing.
We
called
know.
Fugue. That's going to be mentioned. I'll release that next year because right now I'm posting chapters for my book called No More Positivity. It goes in my trilogy called Positive. And like I said, guys, I'm still learning. A lot of people don't realize that I'm a bit more green to things than people don't realize. So next year, like I said,
you
it's a
look pretty
goal,
white to
and
me.
you can come back. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I surprised a lot of people,
Yeah.
but
The
like I said,
English.
next year you can come back, and if there's no interviews on the podcast, hey Sonny, you said you were gonna get something on the podcast.
Oh,
so
January 1.
I'll get it.
You're screwed.
Somewhere in 2023, I will get that.
You said starting
interview.
next year, which starts in
A few weeks.
3 days, 24.
Yeah.
So you could ask me on the updates are going. I'm not promising that much, but somewhere in 2023, I'm getting an interview about the Code X podcast / the Code X station.
And then when that happens, he's gonna call Jamie because Jamie's gonna jump in with him for the station.
Dude, jump in.
Bro, get on the Zoom call right now.
Get on this email. Get on this email that I'm typing out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna CC you guys on this.
Right. Hey, dude, I need your name. How do you spell it again? Why? It's going on a award. Is it a PDF that you made? Yes.
I know how to spell. It's B.
That doesn't matter right now, Jamie. What matters is proper spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got best podcast host of all time in the Sonny Kruger Awards.
Yeah.
That's right.
Check out
Best
episode
award ever.
50.
Speaking of awards, the Codex Station is happy to say that the second annual Codex Awards will be happening here in 2 weeks. Now,
Already 2 weeks? Yeah, just come out.
Yeah. We have come up with a few of, we're going to still have some of the same award nominations that we had last year. We're going to be adding and tweaking a couple more, but this is going to be a full-fledged thing. We're going to have basically the whole team that wants to be a part of it. We don't really have a time frame. So if people are jumping in and out, be aware of that. Or if people can't make it, we'll give their nominations as well. But it's going to be the same scheme of things. A little bit more fun, maybe a little less chaotic. I'm going to try to keep it that way with all the people that are on there. But it's going to be a good time. The award show is always a good time.
Last year's was great. So this year with everybody is going to be even better.
Yeah. And it'll take place of one of our podcast episodes since it is an award show. So
Yep.
I might even dress up for it.
Ooh.
Nice. That will be fun. Yeah, you guys have been busy. Codex has been busy. Like I said, there's been a lot of comic character of the week. After Dark, there's been a lot still going on with the Codex station.
A lot of shorts, a lot of everything.
Yeah, and like you were saying early in the pre-show, you were talking about merch. How more merch will be coming soon.
Yes, we will have more merch. I've been working tirelessly on a lot of things, and merch has been one of the ones that we've not lacked on, but it's more of a what can we do next? And I got a couple ideas that I'm gonna run by a few people on the team, and we're gonna see where we can go from there. I'm gonna get the final kind of design and outlook for it, and then we're gonna move on. Kevin wants hats, and I have to tell Kevin every single time that unless he wants to pay for the hat up front, that's how he's getting the hat, and he doesn't understand that concept. Kevin, I know you're watching. You have to give me the money for the hat first.
Well, Kevin, I see in the comments, Kevin says he's going to bring the chaos. And that's if you don't throw him off.
Yeah.
Like you were throwing him off over the weekend, Jamie.
Oh, dude, I love having creative control over who I can kick and not kick. Because it's as simple as this. And then we can just keep going on with me and Tim the entire time.
I knew it was going to happen. When I saw you do that to Kevin, I'm like, oh, this Wednesday, I'm like, at some point, I'm going to be thrown off. I'm like, at some point, Jamie's going to throw me off. I'm just, okay, so there's one. I've been thrown off one time.
Yeah.
I
could do this show by myself and just do this the entire time and then have a worry in the world. So,
oh, there I am.
We're back. Okay, 2 times for me, 1 time for Tim.
Honey, I get fired, you get thrown off. So there you go.
No, I don't throw you guys off because I actually care. Sorry, Kevin, I forgot you're in the comments. No, but the stuff we're doing, we finally got a niche where it's like, this is what we do. This is what we're going to be doing. With the team surrounding us now, it's even better. Guys, get ready for more reviews too coming your way. The next one should be out. What's today? Wednesday? The 7th? Yes, so the 8th. Then it'll be Tim's is the first one coming out. So
Avengers Origins.
Yes.
Witch and Quicksilver.
Yes, that'll be the first one coming out, and then we'll be having a review every single week for you guys from this point forward, including ours. I'll be clipping these too. So more editing for me.
There you go.
Unless Tim gets to it and sends it to me like he says he's going to.
My mom tried to call during our live broadcast, and I have to tell her, Mom, it's Wednesday.
Yes. She's going to be like, I know what day it is, Timothy.
Yes, I make sure to wait to Wednesday, podcast day. Sometimes Tuesdays.
Yeah, sometimes Tuesdays.
She doesn't know. She just knows it's Wednesday. She never calls on Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh God. But yeah. Speaking of, comic character of the week, what we've been doing, let's get into our topic of the week, shall we?
That is right. Our topic of the week is which superhero would you like to see turn into a supervillain? And as usual, Jamie has the top 3 comments.
Yes. So starting off with Rob Spittle, Reed Richards. He's already halfway there on a daily basis. I'm trying to say the name right because it just threw me off that it's the same last name. Shiara Spittle, Adam, or Ant-Man or something. Someone who could shrink and be silent and an invisible killer. Similar to the What If episode. And then lastly, because this seems fitting, our very own Barry Allen says Superman permanently.
Thank you, everybody, for commenting.
So what do you guys think? Who would be the hero that you would want to see switch over to the Z-Dark side?
So I'm first on this one, right, Sonny? I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yep.
So I thought about this all the way up until right before you went live, Jamie. And I struggled with this. And I came down to the Punisher. And I'll tell you why. Now, I know we saw something similar to that in Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, but I don't think he was a villain in there per se. I think that if Frank Castle went full on villain with all the information and all the knowledge that he has and the weapons that he has access to, plus other things, I think that would be an amazing event to see. I would like to see the Punisher go full on villain mode.
Okay. Who would you like to see him take on? Like, who would you like to see as the hero of that story?
The hero? I didn't even think about that, Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Jigsaw. No, I don't know. Geez, I don't know. Come back to me on that. Circle back. I'll let you know.
All right. Yeah, I was actually thinking Punisher for a little bit, but I wouldn't want to see if he went and started working for Kingpin or something, because that's completely against what he believes in.
He'd have to do it on his own.
Yeah,
it'd have to be like, this has to be done. There's no way around it.
For me, one of the comments actually got me, and it was our very own Dan Kelly, who chose Professor X. I don't remember exactly what he said word for word, but he put Professor X.
His was if he got out of his dream and became Magneto.
Yeah, like if he went pretty much towards Magneto's us versus them, and I couldn't get that out of my head because first I was thinking, but once I saw that, and I kept thinking about that, and that's what I'm gonna have to go with is Professor X. Just imagine how different things would be. Professor X always bringing peace, and then in Age of Apocalypse, we saw if he was dead, but if he was to turn into a villain, especially with his powers, Professor X could cause a lot of chaos, and it can create one incredible story. I mean, there's been times when he's been taken over, things like that, but if he truly, like even Dan said, if he just truly went like
it's that one bad day concept.
Yeah. And if he said, I lost a dream, or maybe somebody he loves died or something, and he said, I'm done. Now I'm going against all these humans. I think it can make an incredible storyline.
Okay. Now, who would be the same question to you then that you gave Tim? Who would be the hero of the story?
I would have it be someone like the X-Men, someone leading either like a Cyclops, Wolverine, someone like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Cyclops would end up being sympathetic with him, though. That's just my opinion.
And then cry.
Pretty much, yeah. I could see him like leading against, but yeah, I don't think you want to kill Professor X, but yeah, more talking.
Yeah. I don't wanna. Like, shut up. For me, it wasn't a tough decision, but it was more of a how could we pull it off decision, because now saying this it's got to be in continuity, so no multiverse BS, no Elseworld titles, no nothing, but Wonder Woman.
Okay, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
If Wonder Woman snapped and just went full villain, I don't think there could be anybody. Maybe a slight edge of Superman, but I don't think there'd be anyone that would be able to stop her.
And out of all the DC heroes, I think she's the one that's the closest to.
Oh, after Maxwell Lord, I was like, she's gonna just kill everything.
Yeah.
That would be the DC event of DC events, to see her just go full villain.
Call me DC. Warner Brothers, I'm here. I love
But-
I love the fact that Sonny's wearing Superman and he picked Marvel, and I'm wearing Marvel and I picked DC.
Well, I picked
Perfect,
what
yeah.
I'm wearing. I did pick a hero, Sonny. I picked two.
Okay.
One, it would be one or the other, and I think these are fitting considering the amount of history that they've had with Frank Castle, either Daredevil or Moon Knight.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but the thing would be is that Frank Castle would have to die at the end.
And real quick, I see Kevin did say Onslaught, and that deals with Professor X, Magneto. I mean, a different story compared to Onslaught, though.
Yeah,
So-
that's them two
I am familiar
together,
with it,
though.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
like that
just
from
like
this
more
point
Professor X
forward.
alone. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
No.
And that takes
Wonder
care of it.
Crisis.
Yeah, good name. There's many crises in DC. Great, guys. That takes care of our topic of the week. We will have more topic of the weeks posted, and anybody even watching this now, feel free to comment what you think. Who do you think? Which superhero would you like to see turn into a supervillain?
That was a good
Yeah.
topic. That got a lot of discussion. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. But there is a question that I do have for you guys, and it's do you know where you can get comics for cheap by using a code?
Tell us.
I have no idea.
I don't have to tell you guys. I'm gonna show you right now. Everyone, if you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword code X at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out.
I love that commercial.
Yes, that was fun. That was fun doing for him. But guys, yes, definitely go check them out. That's Codex, CODEX, no hyphen, no nothing. Use it, 20% off the whole store. It is worth it. And I just got my package from them today, so I'm gonna show it off real fast.
All right, show us, man.
So they sent me. I ordered one, and the one I ordered was the Something is Killing Children, number 25, Virgin variant of Erica Slaughter.
Very
That's
cool.
Great.
But he also sent me a bundle for doing everything and working with him. They sent me the Heroes Corner Comics exclusive for the Curse of Cleaver County.
Very cool. Very
That
dark.
just looks awesome.
I looked at the interior; it looked cool too. And then another one he sent me was the issue 25 of the Ice Cream Man variant as well.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. I got to check out Ice Cream Man. All that stuff looks very creepy and something I'd like to read.
So yeah, shout out to everyone, Louis and his wife over at Heroes Corner Comics. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything you guys have done so far. And thank you for doing what you do.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you have one more comic.
I've got. Oh, actually, I got two. I forgot. My bad.
Okay.
Hang on, give me a second. I had them down
you
below
didn't
me.
forget.
Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, we also had the Avengers variant. Choose
That
your
one,
hero.
That's the one.
I wanted to see that. Yeah, that one like that is an awesome cover.
And then lastly, he did send me a Power Rangers number 22 as well.
Always good with Power Rangers.
Sonny,
From
do you
Boom Studios?
Yes,
Sonny,
sir.
do you hear the announcer for the old arcade games? Choose your hero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Choose your character.
Yeah, I that is an awesome cover, man.
Yeah.
And I want it. Oh, I got to be on the hunt for that.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, the funny thing is, I have it. I'll send it to you.
Sweet,
So I
man,
got
thank
two.
you.
So, but we'll get that all squared away. But guys, let's get into. Do you know?
Oh yeah, it is time for Do You Know?
Let's do it.
And I am first. Today it is me, then Jamie, then Tim.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm last today. That's
you
not
ain't
how it
last,
was in.
You're first.
That's not how it was in the show notes, Sonny.
It's not. But Sonny makes the show.
That is very true. So I guess I'm last today.
Okay, guys. Well, I was going to ask a question about Super Pro, but Tim, you mentioned it, so
Ooh, sorry.
it off.
I still wouldn't have gotten it right.
Ask
It's like,
your
does Jamie
question,
pay
Sonny.
attention? No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Well, I won't ask the question. Okay. Then I will go forward with a year. Do you know the year Wally West made his first appearance?
Uh, 1985.
Going 90.
Well, guys, it says that Wally West made his first appearance in 1959.
Ooh, we were all way off.
Jim, I see you look like very confused. That's I want to look up where it says Wally West made his first appearance in 59, just to make sure that I did not get anything wrong. So, Wally West, first appearance.
Sonny, I'm right behind you. So
I'm not.
Yep.
Was it Wallace West or Wally West?
It says, Wallace
No?
Rudolph West or Wally West was created by John Broome and Carmine Infantino and introduced in The Flash 110, 1959.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. My bad. I just that just didn't sound right for some reason to me.
No problem.
But-
Yeah, I was very surprised too. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, so.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
what we
that's why I was looking at it like that. Thank you, Kevin, because he did take over as the Flash, like going into Kid Flash. That's what I'm thinking of. Like, not like, hey, he's just showing up in a random, storyline.
Okay, so there you go.
My bad.
Wally West made his first appearance in 1959.
All right. So it's my turn, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So since we're talking about first appearances, guys, do you know what the very first appearance of Bart Allen Impulse was?
Looking for the title and number everything.
You don't have to give me the year, just the title and number.
Young Justice #1. I don't know.
Flash 91.
Sonny, I would love to say you got it right, but you were one issue off. It was 92.
So close.
Yes. Okay, can you give me the year?
1994.
That's right. So I see your eyes going like this.
We're trying to look at the camera, not the ceiling. Cover that ceiling.
You're like, I have it on my whiteboard. I mean, I have it in the back of my hand. All right.
One off.
One off. Thank God you wrote something down wrong.
Wow.
That ceiling. I'm going to have to clean that.
Okay, let's see if you guys can get on the board with this question.
Mhm.
So, we're going to talk the Flash, but we're not going to go forward. We're going to go in reverse. So, what century does Reverse Flash originate from?
The 26th century.
See, I was gonna say 26, but I don't want to copy Sonny and be like, "Oh, Jamie just living off my coattail."
What do you think, Jamie? What century does Reverse Flash originate from?
I want to say 26, but I'm gonna go with the 24th.
Both of you are off by one in each
25th.
way. It's the 25th century.
Wow, right in between us.
So close, yet so far away.
2 times for me this episode.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Oh,
Let's go. All right, Sonny.
Okay, so now they're getting to question number 2. We were talking about. All right. We were talking about Peter David. So, my question for you all is: do you know what was Peter David's pseudonym?
Richard Bachman.
Peter Frank.
Peter David went by the pseudonym of David Peters.
Of course
Oh.
he did.
So, yeah. For a few in the 80s, he would go by pseudonym. Yep, David Peters. For a little bit, and obviously we know changed to Peter David and that stuff.
David
Yeah.
Peters. Are you one in the same?
Is that
No, I
Kruger
don't know
Sonny?
that.
Sonny
Yeah,
Kruger?
there we go.
Totally
Let's see
different.
where you got it from now.
Oh my God.
All right, we're gonna stick with some flash facts here. Okay, we're gonna stick with the Flash family. Now, we all know Wally West, but do you know the names of Wally West's children? He has 2.
Shoot. This is why I have to remember when I read the darn book. I know the name of one of them.
So, how do you want both names, or how do you want it?
I want both names of the kids.
Sonny, go ahead.
I'm going to say Irie and J or Jai, like Jai. So Jai and Irie.
Jai is the only one that I know. That's what I'm going with.
It's J, which is with the I.
Okay.
But it's Iris.
Well, Iris.
Yeah.
Call Iris, so that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know what? I'll give you that one.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'll give Tim a half a point because he got the J.
A half a point, right on. I'll take that half a point. Sonny, you got 1 point. There you go.
Jamie's got none.
Yeah.
Well, now you got a chance. Got a chance to change. You won last week. So.
You're just mad about that. You're like, I have everything written.
I give you a congrats and I give you a thumbs up. It was a good game last week.
All right. So Speedsters is the name of the game, but we're going to jump out of DC and go over to Marvel. Now, Quicksilver is probably the most well-known of Marvel's speedsters. So do you know what Quicksilver's first appearance is?
The Uncanny X-Men number 4.
Okay. Jamie?
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna say Uncanny X-Men 204.
Okay. Sonny, you are correct on technicality alone. Jamie, you are incorrect. So the title was X-Men, which turned into the Uncanny X-Men, but we all know what it is. So yes,
I thought that was okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it's X-Men number 4, came out in March 1964, and Quicksilver was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Was it he wasn't like a full prominent, because I read issue 4, right? It was just like a technically cameo.
I don't know about that. I know that it's listed as his first appearance is X-Men number 4. I'll double check on CLZ.
I got that one in a mail call.
Did you?
So that one, yeah, a while, yeah. Yeah, I believe he was regular, because I think it hits Magneto in the front. Like, obviously Magneto's the main bad guy, and he was part of the Brotherhood.
That was the first time they fought Magneto, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, did they fight him in the first issue too?
No, I think 4 was like when the very first time they actually like went up against him and saw his power, and that was the first time I thought of Scott being the most whiniest character of all of comics. He's like, we lost to him. It's like, yeah, of course you did, because you don't know how to work as a group yet, you stupid.
I love that part when what was it, worst X-Men ever?
Mm-hmm.
When it was like talking about the characters, it's like the most hated X-Men characters, and it's like Cyclops. It just said, you know, you hate him.
Yeah,
it didn't even give a reason why.
No, it's just you know. All right,
well,
now
go ahead,
Sonny.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on to me, and my last question for Do You Know? Since we are reviewing Flash Rebirth, one of the characters is Savitar. So my question for you guys, do you know, what do Savitar's followers refer to him as?
Savior.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Savior.
In the Flash Rebirth, he is referred to as High Priest.
Ooh.
Christina Alexandrinova is basically praying to him. She's worshiping him, and she refers to him as the High Priest. And later she refers to herself as the High Priestess. Okay. Yep. So Savitar's followers refer to him as High Priest.
That's a point for Jamie. Not.
Side note, yes, X-Men number 4, the Quicksilver is on the cover and a major part of the story.
Okay. All right.
And it's the second full appearance of Magneto.
For my next question, we're taking a step away from the Flash family, and we're going to talk about Lobo.
Okay.
The main man.
Now, Lobo has been known over the course of time to kill his whole, bloodline, basically, with genocide. But do you know what Lobo's one true love is?
Bastages. That's what I'm going with.
I'm going to say cigars.
Dolphins.
Well, there you go.
I think we've even
I'm
talked
wrong,
about
but
this.
I'm glad to hear
Yes,
it though.
we've talked about this previously on an episode before. He will save a dolphin if it means killing an entire race.
Wow.
They do really love dolphins then, yeah.
Yeah, in the 52-week series, like he literally had a dolphin friend and someone touched it and he punched through their face because he's like,
Wow.
don't touch my dolphin.
That's awesome. That's why I love it. Even if I got it wrong, I just love learning things like that. That's what I love to know.
Okay. Last question. Sonny, right now you're sitting at 2. Jamie, you're at 1. I am at half a point. Compliments of Jamie. So, sticking with the Flash, what issue did Wally West officially become the Flash?
Flash 200.
I'm
Flash
gonna
200.
go with the Flash 192.
Okay, you are both wrong. It is
figured.
Crisis on Infinite Earths number 12, the last issue.
Yeah. I'm a little embarrassed that I got that wrong then. If it was there from that story, how did I get it? Wow.
Crisis on Infinite Earths number 12 is when Wally West officially dons the mantle of the Flash.
Okay. But there you go, guys.
All right. Sonny, it's all you today.
Finally, it's been a long time. I've been on a bad streak. I've either been tying you guys or losing to you guys. So streak is broken.
Finally.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, Do You Know is in the books. And now we bring everybody. We bring you over to our review. Everyone, this is the Code X review for The Flash Rebirth. And as usual, Tim, you will start us off with the credits.
Yeah, so Flash Rebirth was written by Jeff Johns with artwork by Ethan Van Siever. Colors go to Brian Miller of Hi-Fi and also Alex Sinclair. Letters to Rob Lee and additional inks go to Scott Hanna on issue number 6.
And fun fact, this is the same creative team that stemmed from Green Lantern Rebirth.
Yes, it is. All right, I will start us off and go over the story a bit. So, like I said, this is The Flash Rebirth, and is focusing on Barry Allen. Barry Allen is back. And it's been years since his return. He's back, and how he's learning about life and everything that happened while he was gone. He goes to a museum to check out how things work, basically to learn about his past, basically to learn what's been going on with him gone. And we find out that his wife, Iris, just told everybody that he was in witness protection, so that's the excuse to the public as to where he was. And in this issue, we're basically the first issue is getting the Flash back, and towards the end of it, the guy we mentioned earlier in this episode, Savitar, comes to him, and he even tells the Flash. He says, "Let me get it right here. I make sure to take a picture so that I get it right." He says, "You were the beginning, Alan, and you're the end." And with one touch from Barry Allen, Savitar is dead. He ceases to exist, and then we get on to the next one. And Barry Allen is looking at this like, okay, this is like a crime scene. I need to learn about this. And in issue 2, it takes you to a lot of flashbacks to the Flash's life. Obviously, the murder of his mother, his father being arrested for it, him never being able to prove his father's innocence. And, that always, it pushed Barry Allen to be a good detective, to learn about things. And also we get to see in this story how he meets Iris at the court with the bow tie. And then in the interview, them falling in love. I really like how, this goes into a lot of the Flash goes into a lot of his story. So if you don't know the Flash, it's a good place to start because it tells you about Barry Allen's past. And then eventually we find the Flash when Christina Alexandrova, one of Savitar's followers, confronts Barry Allen Flash and the Wally West Flash. Once again, Barry Allen touches her, and she too dies. and then we realize that the Flash is becoming the Black Flash. So, but the Justice League, like Hal Jordan, they hold the Flash, and everyone's trying to settle him down. Iris is trying to bring him back, and eventually, the Flash, Barry Allen, escapes, and he's he wants to get away from everybody, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to run to the Speed Force." And in one incredible scene, Barry Allen is running, and he's running through time, and we're seeing his past moments flash before him, meeting Iris, his friends, his family, the tragedies he's been through, and he's saying, "As long as I can remember Iris, I'll be okay." And he keeps repeating that to himself, and eventually he makes it to the Speed Force, where he sees Johnny Quick and Max Mercury, and then,
by the way, I love the fact that Max Mercury is in this. Just want to throw that out.
Yeah, me too. Great character. And eventually we find out that it is the Reverse Flash, or Dr. Zoom, or Dr. Rebirth Dawn, whatever you want to call him. I'll just say Reverse Flash. He is the one behind this. He is the one who caused this. And then, so halfway through it, we found out that he is the villain. And then once I read this, that's when I said, okay, I need to buy this. I was reading on DC. I said, I'm buying this. I need to have this in trade paperback form. And I was really glad with it. So once you find out that it is the Reverse Flash, we find out he's not just, if you don't know about the Reverse Flash, he's not just a regular villain. He is out to truly destroy Barry Allen. He wants to go back to the past and destroy everything. He wants to kill even Wally's children. He wants to go back and kill Iris. He wants to just ruin Barry Allen. Mm-hmm. But he's going to have to take on Barry Allen, Jay Garrick, Wally West, many other members of the Flash, of the Speed Force, everyone. And it is an incredible story. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but the Flash Rebirth is an incredible story. From the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm really into this. And very quickly into the story, I was like, oh, I'm going, guys. I'm getting ready for that. I'm getting ready for it. But I'm like, I have to see how it goes in the next issue. I'm staying on it, and I'm getting towards the end. I'm like, okay, but endings for me are very big. And once we finish the story, I said, oh, yeah, the Flash Rebirth. This is an amazing story. I can't recommend it enough. If you're a Flash fan, DC fan, comic fan, I'm a huge fan. One of the best stories I've read this year, the Flash Rebirth. For me, Sonny Kruger, I give the Flash Rebirth 10 out of 10.
Nice.
That's wonderful.
So, Sonny, you did hit on a lot of good topics here, especially with this. One major thing that I saw, there were a few plot holes. And, especially with Barry coming back, there is stuff that's left out from previous iterations of the Flash itself. They kind of graze over, which really kind of not irked me, but I had that moment of okay, so was it just a throwaway era? Are we retconning this into new, moving forward kind of stuff? Looking at, like I said, we have the same creative team that we had from Green Lantern Rebirth on this book. Now, my biggest trope of this is when Barry comes back, the Justice League, everybody wants to throw this massive party for him. No one's mad at him. No one cares. It's nothing. And it's kind of where does this fall in the scheme of Barry Allen? Because he's lying to everybody, being like, oh, isn't witness protection kind of thing. But they're hailing him as the biggest hero of the story, where if you look at something like the Green Lantern Rebirth, which is by the same creative team, like I said, everyone wanted Hal gone. It's that contradiction between the two lines of why is it okay for one but not the other? With the whole story in itself, I love the fact we got Mercury, we got Garrick, we got every speedster known to man was in this. And if you guys need to learn anything about speedsters, pick this up. It has the cavalcade of them all. So I think the art was fantastic in this. Jeff Johns, his home run after home run after home run every single time. I don't know why. Even the dreaded Doomsday Clock, if you read it in full in one sitting, is good. But Sonny, I'm right behind you. I'm not a 10 out of 10, but I am a 9.5 out of 10.
Great ratings from both of us. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. Let's see. Does Tim keep up with us in this race to the 10s? Or does he stay behind with Super Pro?
Well, it's not a 10. I'll tell you that. But it is not a 9 either. So Flash Rebirth. I don't know as much about Flash as I do other characters. I know a lot of surface knowledge about Barry Allen, less about Wally West, and even less about the other Flashes. And that's about it. So going into this story was really easy for me to do as kind of like a new reader. And I think that helped me enjoy it a lot. I know I'm boring you, Jamie. I'm sorry.
It's okay. When you speak, I just want to fall asleep.
I hear it. But I love this. I love this story. I thought it was absolutely amazing. It slowed down when it needed to, like Iris was telling Barry to do sometimes. Sometimes, Barry, you just need to slow down instead of going fast all the time. But other times, I think the last 3 issues were breakneck speed, and you had to keep up with what was going on, and I loved that. Jeff Johns' writing in here is some of the best I've read from him so far, and that gets a very solid 10 out of 10 from me. Now, as far as the artwork go, Ethan Van Siever, he's a phenomenal artist. I think he's wonderful in just about everything he does. However, there were just like little pieces in here, like how he drew Superman's face or how he drew different little things that just kind of pulled me out just a hair. But beyond that, Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Siever and the rest of the creative team, colors and letters and inks and things like that, they did a very, very phenomenal job visually. One of my favorite parts in here was when Barry Allen Flash is taken off and he's like, I got to do this. I got to take care of this. And Superman gets neck and neck with him. And he's like, I can't let you do this, Barry. You can't go alone. And they kind of talk back and forth. And Superman's like, we've raced before, you know, I've even won a couple of those. And my favorite line was when Barry looked at him and he's like, you know, those were all for charity. And then he was gone. I love that. I thought that was great. So yeah, 10 out of 10 writing. Artwork gets a 9 out of 10, which puts me right in line with you, Jamie, tied for second place at a 9.5.
There you go. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, 9.5 from Jamie and Tim, and a 10 out of 10 for me.
I think this is the first time we've ever been
that close.
Actually close.
Yeah.
We're really, everyone's really close at this one. Yeah. So, in case you can't tell, we all love and really recommend the Flash Rebirth.
Now, for anybody out there that is checking this out, I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably, if not the best place to start a comic. Like, I feel like this has a good intro to the DC era and DC realm. You get a whole cavalcade of characters. You have the whole Speed Force family, basically, and you have all the adjacent superheroes with it as well. I think this is probably one of the best books that if you're looking into getting into comics, this would be one of my recommendations.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. As somebody who knows very little about the Flash, I did not feel out of place at all while I read this.
Yeah, it does give you a great history on the character. And one line, like we were talking about earlier, yeah, I did love the artwork, but yeah, the writing, I'm really into the storytelling. There was one line too, I'm like, oh man, and it even hit me. I was like, oh man, this is a line I'll remember. And Barry Allen was talking to Iris, and he says, I felt like I couldn't waste any time, and I ended up wasting it all. And to me, that line was very special because a lot of times, many of us, not just me, so many people, we focus on other things, like let's say projects, whether it's, let's say I'm me with my writing, or let's say somebody maybe doing a podcast or something. And then we tend to not spend time with our loved ones because we're focused on our work and our projects. And then that makes you think that, I'm not always losing time. If I'm working on a project, maybe sometimes I'm missing out on other things with loved ones of mine. So I shouldn't always look at spending time with loved ones as missing out on work. That spending time with your loved ones, with your friends, that's not wasting time. It is truly making precious memories, and cherish it and appreciate it.
Absolutely.
100%. But yeah, I feel like that's a great spot for us to wrap up this Codex review. So guys, definitely go check out the rest of the reviews that we have listed for you from here, previous, and moving forward. So definitely look at those two as well. But I believe that it's my pick next.
That is right. It's your pick next, man.
And I have a good one, and it's out of this realm. Kind of going with the Tim feel here for this next one. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I bought this for Tim. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what I'm talking about, Sonny, you're going to be reading God Country next week.
Very cool.
That's amazing. What a way to end the year.
Sounds good, man. A long time ago, you recommended it to me, so now I will definitely get around to it. Sounds good.
I don't think I've been this excited about a pick in a while.
I figured you'd like that one. I'll send you the stuff for it, Sonny.
Again.
Sounds good, man. I'm looking forward to reading it. And yeah, so we will get on that. And everybody, I think we can wrap up this episode with that. We got our next pick in. We reviewed The Flash. We went through quite a lot today. And guys, it's been a great one. Again, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for everything and support. I'll see you all soon at the next episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the holidays are here. Some people aren't as happy about it as others. Be courteous to them. And on the other end, if you're not that happy about the holidays, be happy for everybody else that is. They love it for a reason. You dislike it for another reason. But we can all come together and enjoy it with our friends and our family and our loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us. Jamie knows the best place where all of that information is collected together, and he's going to let you know about that here in a second. But I just want to let you know, my name is Tim. This guy over here is Jamie. Down below is the immortal Sonny Kruger. We are the Codex Podcast. This is the Codex Station, and I will see you next time.
And what he was talking about is the codexstation.com, your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some gear, meet the team, talk to us, let us know what you like, don't like. Definitely. And I'm calling every single one of you out that's watching this right now. You have no reason not to find us on every single social media. We are on everything. Like, share, subscribe. You guys are the best. You guys have done so much for us so far. We couldn't thank you enough. It's been another great year of doing this, and it's been another great year of just being able to hang out with my friends and talk about comics. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I say it every single episode, be kind to one another out there. Never know what anyone's going through, and even making someone smile can change the course of their day or life. So always be kind. And we'll see you guys in the next one. You think we're going anywhere? Come on.
Yeah.
Bye.